So we have played with the images with their attributes. Okay, variable scope, arrays. Okay, we'll see if else loops. We'll see. Okay, arrays, object. I said we'll look into later. Okay, while dealing with the JavaScript, I will tell you JSON. I will tell you the objects. Okay, reference elements in JavaScript. Changing image source, we have already done that. Form and form values, I will cover that in the simple form of the UI element itself. Okay, form validations, text box, passwords, I will cover it in the simple form itself. So we'll see this one. You have the data here. Okay, what can be done? Okay, but I will go to W3 schools that such that we have the editor simultaneously to work on it. Okay, so we'll cover this for loop, while loop. Okay, we'll cover this. Okay. So we have seen what is let, what is constant. Okay, let is mostly for local variables. Okay, we have not gone much into that depth, but we'll go when to stress on global variables. Okay, we have already introduced one. This is a global variable in UI5. Okay, where you can access all the elements. Yeah. But we'll go a little bit depth there, that one as well. Arithmetic assignments, okay, data types, functions. I said that we have different data types in JavaScript. Okay, but with the declaration, we can say where or let and give assign any value to the variable. Okay, the same variable you can assign string, number, boolean, undefined, null, symbol, or object. There is no issue. It will take. Okay, and we have also seen that we cannot change the constants. Okay, once it is there, it's fixed. Okay, so booleans, true or false. Object, you will see the object in the flower brackets. I will explain you once when we come to the JSON. Okay, arrays. So arrays will be always within the square bracket, and the arrays can contain dissimilar elements. Okay, we have date object. Okay, first we have seen at the beginning, while when we click on button, that date has come. How it comes? New date. Okay, but we'll see some of the things time permits. Okay, you see in what will be the value of this one? Can anyone guess this one? It's a number plus string. If you try to do it in a ABAP, you will get an error. Right? What will be the output of this?
It will create 16 as a string.
Yeah, it will create a string. Okay, 16 will be the output. Okay, fine. Let's see. See 16 Volvo. So tell me, what is this output? 16 plus 2.
162.
Yeah. Can you explain me why it came 162?
Because 2 is under the apostrophe, so it will consider it as string only.
Very
good. It's a concatenation, I think.
Very good. Okay, so whatever things after a string, if it finds a string, okay, it will consider the, you see, first is the number, second is a string. So total it will consider the string, and you will see the 162, not as LT. Okay, now again, if you put number as well, okay, you will see 1627. Okay, so if you add as well here, if you say plus 5 also, it will not treat 7 plus 5 as number. It will treat 16 plus 2 string, so 162 plus 7, 1627. Okay, again string plus number, string. That's why it will come. But if you put like this, then definitely there will be change in output. Okay, because prior. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay, so it comes here 12, but 16 plus string is 162. 162 string plus numeric 12 is 16212. Okay, so but this one will be, what will be the output of this?
164 Volvo.
No, it will be 20 Volvo, because 16 plus 4, number plus number, okay, 20, number plus string, then it is 20 Volvo. Okay, it doesn't go directly to this one. Seeing the string at the end, it doesn't go. Okay, first it checks what is the next one. Is it a number or string? Okay, if it is a string, 4 is a string, then your answer is correct. But the next one is also a number, it adds up. Okay, 16 plus 4 is 20. plus a string. So 16 value is out. Sorry, 20 value is out. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Functions. So far we have seen in the imaging, when we are playing with the images, we have seen functions without taking any parameters, functions without taking any parameters. Okay, we'll see an example now here. Function passing a parameter, function returning a. Okay, so if you want to pass, if you are calling a function, okay, so we can call the function by using the function name and passing the parameters. Okay, and we can return the values by saying the return keyword. Okay, so if you write any statements below return, there will be no execution, because if you want to execute that, you should write before return. Okay, so if I say try yourself, you can see let result equal to, it's calling a function, my function, and it's passing parameters 4, 3. Okay, and when this function is called, okay, it goes to this function. So you see function, my function name. So function name is my function. Okay, and P1, P2. Okay, so I can write any statement here where P1, where P equal to P1 star P2. Okay, and then I can say, okay, so if I say run, output will be there. Okay, let me put to differentiate 4, 4 is 16. Okay, fine. So these values will let me put 5 here. Okay, and let me show you. I'll put a alert P1 equal to, okay, plus P1 plus P2 plus. Okay, so if I say alert, if I say run, you see that P1 is getting 5 and P2 is getting second parameter 4. Okay, so after that it is executing P1 start P2, and he has a 20, and we are returning the value P. Okay, such that if the result is getting 5. Okay, suppose if I say alert here P, okay, my statement will never get executed. Okay, P1, P2 alert has come, but this one alert didn't come, because after return, no statements will be executed below whatever it is returned. So it is, don't use this one. Okay, fine. So this one will work. Clear with this one? Okay. Suppose if I say here P3, okay, and if I say alert P3, I'm passing only 2 parameters and I put three things, parameters. What will be the output? Okay, you see P1 5, P2 4, P3 is undefined. Even though the function is having 3 parameters and we are passing only 2 parameters, still it takes. Okay, there is no hard rule that if the function can take 100 parameters and we are passing only 1 parameter, no parameter, it doesn't give any error. Okay, clear with it? Okay, so we have seen that the function can be invoked by clicking on a button, right? We have put bulb on click of button, okay, and the function the events gets triggered and the function gets called. Okay, that is also can be done. Okay, and it can be invokes self. With this example, you can see that we are invoking self. Yeah. Okay. So let's see this example. Fahrenheit. We want to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so we have the formula. 5/9 star F minus 32. Okay, so yes, if you are passing 78 as a Celsius, okay, so 78 Celsius is equal to 25.5 bar. Okay, so it is returning the values to this value, and we are able to print this. Okay, so that the functions are mainly used for reusability. Okay, yeah, let's see this over local variables and global variables. Okay, so you have a function. Right. Okay. In this function, we have car name Volvo. Okay. But you can see that this car name is getting called outside the function. Okay. So this car name is only local to this one. So if you try to call outside the function, okay, by not using the function and trying to access this one value, okay, then you will not get the car. Okay, so when you run this file, you see that outside my function car name is undefined. You will get undefined. Okay, but if the function is called, you see that down there is a function called. Okay, so whenever this function is called, okay, so they also try to print this text. Okay, so this outside you will see that undefined when it is called outside. But once the function is called, okay, it goes here, okay, inside the function, and you can see car name is Volvo, and then they have assigned it to a text inside type of car name. Okay, so type of is a keyword. If you use in front of that variable, you will get what is the data type. Okay, so now if you see, they're using two paragraphs with the ID demo 1, demo 2. So once this demo 2 ID is taken and assigned the value to this paragraph, okay, you can see that inside the function, the string is there. Okay, the car name is the string variable and the value is Volvo. Okay, can you see the difference now? What is the local variable? What is the local variable? How it acts? Okay, suppose if I say here where car name equal to BMW. Okay, this one for the entire script, this car name is global. Okay, if I run this here type of car, let me put here car name. Let me put here alert type of car name. You see, it is coming string here. Okay, so that's why here it's came car name, type of car name plus I need to put car. Then it string. You see, car name is BMW. Okay, but this global value is overwritten by the local value when the function is called. Okay, and you can see car name is Volvo. So once it is my function is called, only this value will be coming into existence, not the global value. Okay, but if I try to print it outside again after the function call, I will try to print. I can say here car name. Okay, let's see what will be. You see BMW. Okay, so once it comes out of the function, okay, the car name will come as the global value, not the local. Clear about the global and local?
Can you just comment the inside let car name equal to Volvo within function? Let's see what's the result.
The global value takes.
So that whatever we declare as global, so just like our map, this function also it's available.
Yes.
Unlike okay, fine.
And is there a way to use both in a function? Like some cases we need to refer the global variables also, right? Both are same name. Is there any way to differentiate which one is local and which one is global inside the function?
Then we need to go with another way.
So this happens also. If you have same name, then local name will take precedence. A local variable will take precedence.
This dot car name. Okay. So if you use here this dot car name, then it will. Okay.
Also previously when you added this line, right, without defining the global variable, this car name, it was giving car name is undefined.
Yes.
That is kind of exception, right? So will it when we do the syntax?
It will not cause exception because if any variable is not assigned any value, then it comes by default undefined. It will not give exception.
So is there any way to find out those kind of things while doing a program? Like in ABAP, we have the syntax check, right? It will show these are undefined.
Yeah, I have not come to if-else condition. Okay. In that you can. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me come to if-else condition. Okay. If-else condition is similar to ABAP, but the syntax will different. Okay. Only you need to consider the little bit the logic will be the same. Okay. It doesn't matter, but the way of representation matters. Okay. So you can see if within the brackets you need to write the condition. Okay, if the condition satisfies, then only the if block will be executed. Okay, if the condition is not satisfied, it will not execute. Okay, that is if. Suppose, or what about else? So else block, if the condition fails, we can use another thing called else. Okay, and then we can write the block of statements that need to be executed if the condition is false. Okay, so suppose if you have multiple conditions to check, then you can use the syntax like this. If the condition satisfies, execute this block. If the condition fails, then we have another condition. You can put else if, okay, condition 2, and you can execute the second block of statement. If that also not satisfied, then it goes to the else condition. Or you can put multiple else if conditions as well. Okay, but if you put multiple conditions of else if, it gives a performance issue. In that case, we need to go for a switch. Okay, fine. So let's see one example here. Okay, so I'll say here where x. Okay, I'll say here now I can say x double equal to, you can write it like this, undefined, x equal to undefined, or okay, you can say if x equal to undefined, good thing, that means x alert x. Okay, so it is satisfying. Okay, let me say, okay, it is satisfying the condition. Okay, I'll put else here now, else. Okay, let's say, okay, since x is undefined, you are getting output as good day. Okay, but if I say now x equal to 10, what output you are getting? Day. Okay, so if I say x equal to 13, okay, first, since I will get good day only, I want to say, I want to put another condition. Else if x greater than or equal to 13. I'll say good afternoon. Fine. So you can put whether the x is defined or not. It checks the condition. If x is equal to undefined, I'm saying good day. Okay. If x equal to 13, okay, or greater than 13, I'm saying good afternoon. Okay. Now I'll say here 10. Run. You say day. Or I can say good morning. Okay, understood about this? If else condition.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now, if let's see the switch. Okay, so you have also switch. We call it as case, right? Switch case in ABAP. Okay, so here also it's almost similar, but the thing is you will put switch when. You will not put case, I think. You will put switch when. Okay, if the expression satisfies that condition, you will execute that block and you don't have break still, right? You directly put switch and or case, I don't remember exactly. Okay, switch and when. Okay, and you execute the statement. Okay, there is no default. Here you can see, I think there also default is there. Okay, but you can see the default is return. Okay, so switch expression, based on the expression, it will check the condition and then it will go to the particular case. Okay, when the expression and the case matches, that particular case will be executed, and whenever it sees break, it comes out of that. Okay, so if we go here, I can use the switch as well. Okay, let me comment this one. Okay, I'll say here switch x. Okay, I'll say case 8. Okay. I'll put a block here and I'll say good morning. When do we say good morning? Till before 12, right? Okay. So I'll say I'll copy this one 9. Okay. I need to put break as well. I don't need block. I can say break. I'll say here 12. And this will be afternoon, right? Yeah. I can say here case 18, let's say 16. So I'll say good afternoon. Yeah. I'll put then your case 18. So if it is 6 o'clock, I'll put case 18 such that it will be good. Put here 17, not 19. Okay. So I'll say good night. Still 7, 6 till 18. I'll say good afternoon. Okay. And if it's the case doesn't match, I'll say default day, good day. Okay. So if I now execute, the value of X is 10. Okay. The 10 value is not 8, 9, 12, 18, 19. So it's not there. So it went to default and you say good day is printed. Okay. But let me put here till case 11. Okay. I'll say here now case 10. Okay. I'm not putting any break and I'm not giving any statement. What happens? I say run, you are getting good mark. Okay. That means it went to 10. It didn't see any statement. Okay. But it went to the next one, case 11. Okay. And it sees document, it's printing good morning. So you got good morning. But if I say break here, okay, run, okay. So good evening. Okay.
Hey, you know, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training. That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
Did I write anything good evening? Yeah, this one it is good. By default, it is printing good evening. Okay. I'll say good. I'll say day only. So by default, by default these values come. Okay. Since 10 is break, it went off the switch. Okay. But if I remove this break and if I run, okay, you will see that it went to 10 and it went to 10 and 11. Okay. So this is the importance of break. If the break is not there, it immediately executes the next case as well. That is the disadvantage. Okay, so it is mandatory that you put break to get the desired output. Whenever that values, that case is satisfied, seeing break, it comes out of the loop. Whereas in ABAP, it is not there. You don't need to put a break. Okay, that is the difference. Clear here? So I can put like a case 1, 2, case 6, 7, 8, 9 without break. Okay. So if I say I can remove this, and if I say case 9, okay, case 7, okay, or case 6, okay, you will get good morning. Okay. So if I put 6, okay, syntax error. Okay, so that's you see good morning. It executes case 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So once it finds that case 11 and it sees break, it comes up. Okay, that is the way we can use like this. Okay, clear? What is the use of break? Break is to come out of the switch. Okay, if the value doesn't matches, it executes the default. Okay, fine. It is not mandatory that you need to give default, but it's up to you depending upon the logic we need to write. Okay, clear about the if, else, and switch. Any questions?
No, one question.
Yeah.
What is the use? I missed something. What is the break means? It's come out from the switch?
Yeah, it comes out of the switch.
Okay, okay.
Okay, it doesn't.
So that time default will trigger? No, right?
No, it will not trigger. Once it sees break, it comes out of that. Okay, if break is not written, then it will execute the next one. And whenever it sees break, then only it will come out of the switch case.
Okay.
But in ABAP, it is not that. Then that condition is executed when it comes out of that, right? Okay. Let's see the for loop. Do you want this code? Put the if else condition and switch code. Okay, just deleting this one. Okay, for loop will say. Okay, what is the syntax? What is the use of loop? We want to iterate something to a certain range, right? Based on the condition or something range. Okay, so for that you can do. There are do while loop and for loop. Okay, so I will tell you about the for loop. I will leave it for the do while. Just try to execute. Try to learn yourself. If you have any doubt, I will tell that. Okay, fine. So let me explain you the for loop. Okay, let me put within things. For is a keyword. Okay, and here we have three things here. Okay, initialization. I'll say let I equal to 0. Okay, this is initialization part. Initialization. Okay, next is the condition. I'll put like I less than 10. So that many, it checks the condition, whether condition satisfied or not. Okay, so this next is condition. Okay, next is incremental or decremental. Okay, or decrement of I. Okay, so this is the for loop, and within the block codes we can execute. Okay, so for example, I'll say for let I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Okay, so here I'll say let me put less number. I'll put alert. Okay, alert. Okay, see I is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So once I value becomes 5, it doesn't execute because the condition did not satisfy. Okay, so I want to print a 5 table. Okay, so how can I do that? Okay, I'll say document get done element by ID. What is the ID demo? Okay, dot inner HTML equal to plus I say here I but here it's first I started with the 0. Let me put 1. Let me put 11. Okay, now we can see pi table. Okay, got it. Okay, suppose I want to break it in the middle. Okay, I can break it. I'll say if I equals to 6. Okay, so it printed till 6 because this statement is above. Okay, so once the condition satisfies, as soon as it sees break, it came out of the for loop. That's why you see only 6 up till 6 by the third. Okay, but if you use continue, okay, let me put this one little bit above. What do you see? Any difference?
It will skip the 6th iteration.
Yes, that particular iteration will be skipped. Break means it will completely come out of the loop. Continue means it will skip that iteration. Okay, fine. So let me paste this as well. Okay, fine. You're well versed now with. Okay, can you try if and else condition? See whether you are successful in getting the output. Okay, you have the while. You can check with that one. Okay, I've told you about break and continue. I have also told you type of how to check the type of the variable. Okay. Can you check? Can you play with that and see whether you are able to use the if and else conditions, multiple if else conditions, and switch and for loop? Can you try? Okay, and let me know if you are facing issues. Then I will explain you where you are going. So I have given you the output as well. Okay, so the example which I have told, you can try your own way. Okay, you can put some condition. Okay, and see whether you can do it or not. Yes.
Actually, I'm facing one issue in the Fiori application. What we have done on button press. So I'm getting an error. It's like it is telling that there is some error in the controller.
Okay, you use a comma after at line 10. At the end of line 10, you need to put comma because I said that in JavaScript, fine, but in UI5, it doesn't take.
Okay, got it.
That's
okay.
Line, you need to put semicolon. Okay, at the line get text at the end of that one, you need to put a semicolon. In line
this one, yeah. Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you see that there is a use strict. What is the meaning of use strict? Okay, the meaning of use strict is you should follow the strict JavaScript rules. So if any syntax is missing, okay, it gives you at the line beginning a exclamatory mark or error mark. It will give you that if something is not correct according to is used. Okay, now let me share my screen. Let me open. Did you go through the button APIs little bit, okay, or the text or label APIs. We have seen sap.m.label, sap.m.button, sap.m.text. Okay, so I will give you a task. Okay, so I will show you here. There is an attribute called visible. Okay, which might not be written in the thing, but with the help of visible, you can make sure that, let me say, default button is there, right, or disabled. Okay, I'll make this as visible or disappear from the screen. Okay, I'll say I will use an attribute called visible. Okay, by default it is true. I will make this as false. Okay, so when I try to run this application, okay, you will see that the disable button will not appear because this is I have made a property, user property visible equal to false. Okay, you don't see that disable button, right? Because I have put disable. Okay, now I will give you a task for you. Okay, do it as a homework. Okay, like I want 2 labels. Okay, and 2 buttons. Okay, so when you click on one of the button, okay, the label should not be visible. Okay, button should be hide label, show label. 2 buttons, hide label, show label. When I click on hide label, the hide label should not be visible. When I click on show label, the label should be visible. Can you do it? The only trick we use, you need to get the ID of the label, and you need to use the property visible by saying dot set visible false. Okay, when you want to make it visible, you need to make dot set visible true. Then it will work. That's the simple logic. Okay, fine, clear, fine, guys. Do it as a homework, not now. Okay, we'll continue with the UI5 thing. Okay, so let's see another thing called input field. Okay, input field is a medium complex element. So far we have seen simple things like label, text, and button. Okay, we'll see an input which is nothing but a medium complexity. Okay, so let's see how we can use that. Okay, let me put here label ID equal to ID yes name, that means first name. Okay, I'll say text equal to first name. Okay, and then I will use input ID equal to ID IN for yes name. Okay, so this ID clearly indicates that it belongs to the input, IN input. Okay, LB, if I put ID LB, that means it indicates label. If I put ID TX, it indicates label for text, ID for text. Okay, so I have created one. Okay, and let me see how the output looks. That is the input. If I give that input like that, how does it come? What does the use of input? Okay, so we need to fill something such that, yeah. So this is the input. Okay, we can fill the text. We can say PJ. Okay, fine. So this label is giving a meaningful description to this output, output label. Okay, but so far we have seen that this is a falling flow layout. I'm not impressed with this. Okay, I need to go with some layouts. Okay, so for that we'll use a simple layout called HBox. Okay, that means horizontal box. What does horizontal box do? It keeps the elements in a single row. Okay, so I have 2 elements here, HBox1. Okay, and then I will end this /HBox. Okay, so you can clearly see that I have put 2 elements in the HBox. HBox is an SAP.m UI element. Okay, SAP.m.HBox. Okay, what happens if I put this? So HBox, you'll see that it comes in a separate line. See, it came down. Okay, even though it is not that good, but somewhat okay. Okay, so you can see that first name and the input coming side by side, right? So similarly, I would like to have another thing, another H box with the last name. Yeah, I put here to put L, I'm changing that. Okay, I'll say here last name L. Okay, so this is horizontal box. Okay, so let me go to SAP UI5 Explore. Okay. So you can, if you want to set the text for this input, we can do that. Okay, so previously for the label and text or button, we use text, right? Attribute. But in the input, we cannot use text. There is no attribute called text here. Okay, so here we got an attribute called value. So once you use the value attribute, you will see that value in the input field. Okay, I want some meaningful thing such that the user recognize whether what to do. Okay, I want some meaningful name such that enter the last name. Okay, if it is blank, enter the last. But we have a placeholder. Okay, we have a placeholder. This is label set. Okay. Placeholder. I'll say enter last name. What do you see? With the last name, it is coming enter last name. If I type anything, that goes off. If I put blank, it comes that. Okay, it gives a meaningful message to the input field. Okay, so let's see the usage of input. Okay, so this is one of the input. You have so many things, but don't worry about all the things. Okay, let's go to the API. Okay, so what does the input do? It allows the user to enter or edit text or numeric values in one line. Okay, so what are the guidelines that need to be followed? Okay, so always provide a meaningful label for any input field. Okay, limit the length of the input field. This will visually emphasize the constraints for the field. Okay, do not use placeholder property as a label. Okay, use description property for small fields with no placeholders. For example, currencies. What can you play with this? Okay, you can play with whether you want to be editable or read-only, enabled or disabled. You can put a placeholder. You can give text direction. You can give value states. Value states is nothing but you want to make it a error or warning. If you want to display any warning or error or success thing, you can use these value states. Okay, so these are derived from the parent class. Input uses a parent class called input base. These properties are coming from the sap.m.input base APIs. Okay, let's see the properties. So suppose if you are putting any measures, okay, but input field like age in years, okay, currency value, okay, you can, or unit of measure, grams, kilograms. Okay, then we can use description. Okay, there are many fields, but we don't need to go for all. Max length. You can restrict the length of the input, okay, which has to be given to max length. But there is a catch here. Okay, for strings it works perfect. Max length doesn't work. Okay, input will have different types. Okay, we have different types. What are the types? Okay, so let's see this. By default, it is text, that is string. Okay, you can have email, you can have type as number. Okay, you can have a password. Okay, you can have text. You can have it as a URL. Okay, these are the things which you can have. Okay. So I'll put another one, age. And the age should be number. Okay, so let me use another thing, age. By default, it is a string. Okay, if you don't mention anything for input, by default, it is string text. Let me remove the placeholder. Okay. And I'll put the description. Okay, and I can put input as ending as like this is. Okay, and I will say here type equal to number. Okay, by default it is text. When I say it as a number, yeah, it will take only numbers. Okay, for the last name, I will say max length. I will use max length. I will use max length and I'll put restrict to 10. Okay, let's see the one. So you see, age has come. You see, description is coming. Okay, so whenever you're putting in any measures, then you can use this description. Okay, so I can now, if I try to enter characters, it is not taking. But when I enter age in number, it is taking. Okay, so the attributes are designed such that when we use that attribute, the JavaScript function is working behind. Okay, it is not allowing you to take characters. Okay, it is allowing you to enter the numerics only. Okay, fine. So next, last name. I said 10 characters, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. You see, it is not allowing me to enter more than 10 characters. So that max length attribute is using the JavaScript code to restrict the user to enter more than 10 characters. Fine? Clear? So in the input, we have seen three things. One is value that need to be assigned. If you want to assign any value to the input, we use value. If you want to put any placeholder, if the value is empty, we use the placeholder. Okay, we have seen type. By default, it is string. Okay, and if it is a string, you can use max length. Okay, and you can, if you're using the type as number, okay, if I put max length equal to 3, it doesn't work. Okay, it only works for strings or emails. Okay, so if I type, see, it is taking n, it doesn't work for numbers. So whenever you're using type as number for input, you should not use max length. Clear? And we have seen the use of description. Fine. Okay. Description is used to provide measures for the label. Okay. Fine. So let me go here. I have showed you the edge box, right? So let me put sap.m.hbox. Okay. So you can see that hbox controls builds the container in a horizontal flexible box layout. That's why whenever we put the elements, it comes in a straight line. Okay. So it has an ID. We can set an ID. Okay. We have the properties like align content, align items, background design, blocked. The blocked is deprecated. Okay. Some things we don't need it. Okay. We can set the height of the edge box. We can make whether the visible or not. Okay, we can restrict the width as well. Okay, okay, but it doesn't have any events.
Just one question here.
Yeah.
So like this, let's say we talk about this button and input fields. So they have certain dimensions on screen, right? So if let's say for edge box, if I defined height, you just told that we can define height, right? So
yeah, you can define the height, but you cannot put multiple lines. You cannot get multiple rows in the H box, only single row.
So what is that height for then? Something else?
Height to increase the height of the H box.
But when we put control in H box, it auto adjusts. Be it height or be it width.
Automatically.
Height, I don't understand.
If you want to restrict it, then you need to put height.
Okay. And what about width? Width also it takes on its own, but if you want to restrict the width, then we will use width, right?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. So likewise, there's something called VBox. Okay. So this is nothing but it displays the data in vertical. HBox comes in horizontal and VBox comes in vertical. Okay. Suppose, so we have this default button, accept button, right? So let me put it in a vertical things. Okay. I'll put this VBox ID equal to VB1. Okay. So when I save this, you see instead of in a line in the flow layout, you will see that it comes down. Okay. See? All the buttons are now in a single column. Okay. You can use VBox inside a HBox or HBox inside a VBox. Fine. There is no restriction for that. Fine. So in this way, you can align the things to a certain extent. Okay. But I want to use a simple form. The form which I put like first name, last name, age is not that good. Format layout is not that good, right? So for this, we have something called API called simple form. Okay. I want to have like this. I want to have a title for my form. I want to have the labels and the inputs like this. Okay. So how can I do that? Okay, I can achieve this using simple form. Okay, fine. Let me take you to this API. Okay, so the simple form doesn't come in sap.m.simple form. There's no API called sap.m.simple form. We need to go through this API at layout.form.simple form. Okay, so the simple forms provides a form kind of thing. Okay. Yes. And in the simple form, we can have a title in the toolbar. Okay. And it has something called form elements. Okay. Whenever a label is used, a new form element will be created. Okay. So if we don't use, okay, I'll explain you with example. That will be easy. Okay. It has many properties. Okay, but I will take you through each property by giving an example. Okay, so let's use simple form and we will use a title called person. Okay, I will keep this one as it is for the moment. Okay, let's create a simple form. Okay, so if I say simple form, okay, so you see it came by form. Okay, and you can see this one automatically came for me. Okay, the editor is giving me that advantage. Okay. Why this error is coming is we required an ID for the simple form. ID equal to ID SF person. Okay. So in this one, I can add the things. Okay. Suitable. So let me put there here ID1. Okay. Control S. What do you see? Do you find any difference between this and this one? H box and simple form. By default, column came. Okay, the alignment was different, right? Yeah. So
background color also did it change anything?
Yeah, a little bit background color is different. Go to, there will be a title or text. Let me see. It is not given. Okay, let me see. Simple form title equal to person details.
So by default, it is aligning everything horizontally.
Yeah, it will come.
Can you put the last name as well, please? Can you please put last name as well?
Yeah, I'll put. Okay. It treats as a form element. Form element contains label.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
Okay, I will put another one.
Yes, because we have not defined any link between this label and input.
No, we have not. Okay, I'll put
let's see point B is its last name.
ID equal to dummy. Okay, I'll put here text equal to test. Okay, and I'll put text equal to test equal to ID test. Okay.
And one more thing, in previous input, just put max length equal to 10 or something.
Wait.
Let's see the first name input.
You want to restrict the width there?
Yes, so that
wait. No problem. I will tell you.
We'll see whether it flows on its own or everything horizontally.
It will take the width. Okay, don't worry about that. But let it be free so that you will understand this concept. Okay. So, do you observe any difference between this one text and the input?
Yeah, these texts are at same level.
The alignment is okay, but for the input, it is not, right? So if you are using an input fields, then the alignment will not is not correct. So to get the correct alignment, okay, there is a property in page. Okay, editable equal to true. Now, do you see alignment is proper? Okay, so if you are using the form to be in the editable state, okay, then you need to have the editable property need to be used. If you are using a text only, okay, then you can use, then no need of putting editable property. By default, editable is false. Okay, got it?
So then for all input fields, we need to use the form. Without that, we cannot align.
By default, it comes. Okay, so if you want to align it, then you need to use editable equal to true.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So if we are using input UI element, then it should be inside the sub form, form only, right? Without that, we cannot align it properly.
Yeah, it will not align properly. Or if you want to align it, you need to make use of CSS, cascading style sheet. Okay, fine. Now you got to know about the use of this editable and title. You can see person details coming with a line, okay, and you have the fields, okay. Suppose if I use now again input here, and equal to best. Let me use this. Okay, what do you see? The width has been shared between the text and the input field. So if you write any input element, okay, then it comes in the same row, okay. But in order to avoid that, because this will be treated as a form element, okay, entire row is a form element, I want in a next line. So if in order to have it in a next line, the next thing should be followed with a label. Once it sees the label, it creates a new form element. Okay, I'm just commenting this, okay, because I don't want to use this. Okay, so comment in XML is this, as we discussed. Okay, so fine. So let me put. So as soon as it sees a label, it creates a new line. Fine, got it now? The use of the label form element. This is a form element. Okay, it consists of label and other UI elements. Okay,
it didn't take max length, right? Since we had provided, it didn't consider that. Last time has max length property, but I think it ignored. Simple form ignored that.
Alignment, you mean?
No, length, max length. I think the max length property has been ignored by simple form.
No. Max length is for the inputting the text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, got it. It's not.
You need to use field. You need to use the width. Okay. Let's use the age as well. Okay. And I will put another thing, salary. Okay. And then I will use the input ID equal to IDIN sal. Or type as a number. So you can use password as well. You can use URL email as well. Okay. Just try with the password and email how it sees. Okay. Type number and say description INR. Okay. Fine. Come to this. Let's see. Okay. Now you see the labels and input aligned properly. Okay. Now I want two buttons, submit and clear. And let me create buttons. Button ID equal to ID BT submit. Text equal to submit. And S equal to submit form. And again button ID equal to IDT clear, text equal clear, and press equal to, this is an event also I have added. You see submit and the clear button are getting added in the same row. I want these two down. Okay, what should I do? Okay, so I'll bring this down. Okay, it doesn't affect the output. Okay, it will be the same. Here I will introduce label. I don't need to text. Okay, and there's some issue, I think. It didn't come. Okay, I didn't close it properly. Okay, that's the issue. Okay, now you can see here, but you can see the submit and the clear is with that different, right? I want to fix that. Okay. So I will say here, I'll use the property width equal to 0.5 150 pixels. So you can see that as soon as a label is added, it creates a form element like this. Okay. So you can see that it is divided into two parts, and the submit and clear buttons are there. Okay, fine. But why I see gaps here? Okay, there's no gap here. Okay, so let's see what are the different layouts that have been used in the form. So we'll see there is a layout. By default, it uses responsive grid layout. Okay, let me see what are the layouts we have. Okay, so we have column layout. Okay, you can define how many columns you want to have it. Okay, we have a responsive grid layout. Okay, we have a responsive layout that is deprecated. Okay, so by default it uses responsive grid layout. Okay, let us define that layout as well. Okay, so we can say here in the form layout equals. Okay, so you can see what are the things: column layout and the responsive grid layout. So let's go with responsive grid layout. So yes, and let's see any change here. You see it moved to the left, but I don't want this much input field. Okay, so for this to restrict it, we have something called each form element is divided into grids. We have something called 12 grids. Okay, each row is divided into 12 grids. Okay, so we want some space at the end of the input. Okay, so for that we have these properties empty span L. So you see number of grids that are empty at the end of each line on large size. Okay, empty span M, number of empty span L. Okay, and it will give the number empty span L equal to 4. You see that the input field size width has been reduced now. That means that number of empty grid cells have been placed here. Okay, I put empty span L, right? So if I put here 6, okay, so 6 empty cells are placed at the end of the input. Okay, so this looks a little bit better for me. Okay, so by playing with that, you will get that empty grids. Okay, fine. For the label, there is something called label span EM. Okay, I will put here. By default, it is coming 2 grids are there. I will put 3. Okay. Previously, it was just at the line of details. First name, last name, age was there. But now you see 3 empty grids are placed before the labels. Okay, so that property helps us in determining this way. Okay, let me say reduce this one to 4. Okay, and let me reduce this to 1. You see, it moved to the left. Okay, and then I can let me put 2. 2 is good. So that is how we need to judge. Okay, let me put 5 instead of 4. Let me put 5. Or 6 will be good. Fine. This is looking good. Okay, this is how we can play with that, and you can see how it changes the behavior of the simple form. Then F12. Okay, and click on this toggle device toolbar. Okay, so you can see that in the mobile it looks like this. Okay, so this is responsive. So this is what we call as responsive. Okay, let me untoggle. This is how it looks. Okay, fine. Clear with the form? Clear with the usage of form?
What is that? What is the difference between span L, span M, and span S? The 3 properties.
Okay, I said right. See, label span M. This is for medium device. Okay.
Okay.
How many empty grid should be there before label? So if I'm changing these values, the form is moving to the left or right. Right? Okay.
Okay.
Empty span L means for the large device, I'm putting 6 empty grids after the labels. How many empty grids should be there before label? How many empty grids should be there after input? Okay, that is determined by these attributes.
Okay, so it's basically size of the grid, empty grids.
Yes, not the size, the count.
Count or size based on device.
out of the grids. L is for large device. Okay. M is for medium device. S is for small device, like mobiles. Okay. Depending upon your requirement, you need to define that and you will get the output. Okay. So if you see the samples, you will come to understand that more. Okay. Fine. You see that there is a address for office and online. How this is coming. Okay. So for that, they will use a code with the title inside the form. Okay, let me show you. Okay, they use a core called title. So whenever you use core title, okay, whenever you use this title text, that comes like this as a title, because address can have different things like office address, home address, online address. Okay, so if you want to categorize that, you can use this core, this title. Okay, this title is coming, or this title API is not in SAP.yum. It comes in SAP.UI.core, and you can see prefix core is there. Okay, so core title text office. So if you use this API, you will get this heading like this. Okay.
For label here for label, if you see the code, they use all the spans.
Yeah, for all the devices, they are specified.
Okay. So it's basically for the target device. It will affect the target device.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, how many empty grids should be there before the label, and how many empty grids should be there after the label, after the input field or text field or the form elements. Okay, fine. Clear now?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Can you create this simple form? Can
you share this in a download and share it with us?
Download. Okay. I will do one thing. Okay. I will tell you here another concept now. Okay. Intro Pro is there. I can download this code. How can I download this code? Right click this one and say download. Okay. That gets downloaded to your system as a tar file. Okay. So if you want to upload that project, so you can do that by saying click on the projects. You can click on this file and there is a button called upload. You have the option to upload as well. Import project. Okay. So if you click on import project, then the project will be imported back into your thing. Okay. I will share this one in that Google Drive. Okay. If Mark shares you that, then you will be able to access. that. Let me upload here. This folder is shared to Mike, so he will share the details. So meanwhile, try to create that file. Okay. Let me ping you the code. You will be able to do that. I have not created any other file. Okay, so let me copy this and paste it for you. Okay, I have pasted it. Okay, just try to work on that. See whether if you are facing any issue in. Okay, I have uploaded it. Okay, once Mark shares you this one, you will be able to see the things. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll tell you about JavaScript here and there as well. Okay, because we need to do validations as well. Okay, for that we need to know few things about how to manipulate a string, how to manipulate a number. That also need to be there. Okay, so let's see first this. Okay. For the moment, you can see the code. I have also given the code as well. Okay, you can use this code. So if you have any doubts in getting this output, let me know. So apart from this, I have given one homework as well. Okay, so how to hide a label and how to show a label on click of two buttons. Okay, fine. So work on that and show me that. Okay, so if you are done with this one, creating a simple form, you can also work on that.
So regarding that bulb image, right? So we have common requirements for logo. So let's say I have to print logo. So where will I keep image in this folder structure so that I can refer to it?
Okay, you need to create the folder in the web app folder.
Okay, and then we can refer to that, right? In our, just like we refer to bulb image.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so you can create and upload an image. Okay, you can use a button, and in the icon you can put that image location.
Okay.
Okay, that will also work. So let me know once you are done. I will help you in that.
Okay.
Okay, or you can use icon as well. Okay, there is a icon UI element. You can go through that icon API and see whether how you to put the source of the image there.
That would be better, I guess, because putting in button, it will have a different look and feel.
No. It will not increase the button size. By default, the button size will be that itself. Okay.
But it will look like clickable, right? Try to say that I want logo, not clickable logo.
Yeah. You can use
the
icon.
second option is fine.
Yeah, then you can use icon.
Okay.
Okay, do that, and if you are failing, I will help you.